Right, we are up and running. Another work stream. I've got my little focus friend. Look at him go, knitting away. And we are loading up Unity. But the music, that's far too loud. I'm only good for an hour, so I want to see if I can make a new weapon type. Is there a staff in this game that I can build upon? There is some staffs. There's a goblin staff. SM weapon goblin staff. So it's like, that's pretty cool. That's great. Let's see that. So let me get a shoddy crossbow out here because that's kind of what we're going to base it off. So shoddy crossbow. Did I already do the shiny crossbow? I don't know if I actually already made that. But we're going to ignore that for now. Let's say 05 goblin staff. Just going to say 30 physical damage, 30 burn damage, aren't they? Burnt damage per tick, so it shouldn't be too high. Actually, let's go. No, let's just go 30 burn damage. I was going to do some like plague damage or shock damage, but let's get the staff working first. I haven't implemented those damage types. That is on the to-do list. There's a chill damage and knockback damage. So let's get started. So the shoddy crossbow has on it a ranged weapon object. So I think that's all you really need. The rest is just the root and the object itself. It has animations, I guess, which I don't need for this. I can just say create empty 04 goblin staff, and we'll slap that under there just as the mesh, and we'll put I guess we can still use a ranged weapon object on here because it is technically a ranged weapon. I don't know where I'm using this too much. That's Unity usages. I just want normal usages. Oh, why is it there? Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Where's weapon object used? Find usages. Okay. So it's used here and it's used in the loot system, which we don't need to worry about. It's not used here. Interesting. Very interesting. Why is it not used here? I could have sworn you'd need this. Has this broken anything? Yes, it has. Why is it? I guess because it's not doing anything with it. Let me actually make sure that the game's working. I haven't tested stuff in a while. See how it goes. Let me just close this out. Save everything. Do a quick test run just to try and pick up and use and change the weapons, because it occurs to me I have changed some stuff but I haven't actually tested much. Create the relay. Do the weapon test. We want to do this one because the other one is specified. Slot weapon, we'll say just 2 or 3. So yeah, equipping works. Setting on fire is the intended result there. Crossbow works as well. You can see it has burn damage 20, so when you pick it up, it does put 20 damage, but it also has a burn status of 1, so it increases your burn status by 1. Which is why it's like 1 damage every tick. Okay, so that is working. I don't need this then. Which is interesting. Very interesting. I just... How am I deleting it then? Does this work? if weapon object equals null, does not equal null, then we're setting it, but we don't need to set it because we're not using it. That is strange. That's very strange. I wonder why that's happening. My code is spaghetti already. Let me open up the Delver controller for attack. So that's where we're looking. Each one has a different attack state. Range attack, get poolable. Yeah, works. Ranged attack works on a network pool. So I guess I need another weapon type. Because currently I just have melee and ranged. And ranged works by getting a. I don't know. Actually, I guess. No, I can just fire out instantly. I guess it's not really a different weapon type then, is it? If I do a staff. I'm just working it out in my head because I was thinking, how is this staff going to work? I'm thinking if it's a fire staff, it probably does just shoot out a fireball. But I should maybe make another kind of attack for just like either as a flamethrower or something like that. It might be cool. Who knows? Who knows? Should really do some sort of UI stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do. Realistically, I could hopefully do it in like a week or a month. I do want to get this out soon, just so I can start working on something else. I don't know if there's a lot of market for Dungeon Maestro. Use directives. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Range attack. We need a third one, I guess. I'm wondering now if each instead of like putting the weapon on this controller thing, I should have added like an event, and each weapon should have had its own event, you know? That is tough because it's all tied into animations and whatnot, but I guess you could just call that. So instead of having, hey, it's a ranged attack, do this kind of attack, we say, hey, call attack on the weapon itself, you know? That would maybe make more sense in hindsight. Yeah, and then you could just say, hey, we've triggered an attack. And then it can go back and forth and say, hey, do the attack animation. You gotta have it. I've done all animation based, which is interesting because it does tie into the effects as well. But I do wonder if that's the play, you know? Not too sure. Although even that you could apply to a. Yeah, you could put everything on a weapon. Say, hey, it's this kind of weapon, this is the animation it wants you to do, this is the effect it wants you to have. Maybe that would have been better. Longer to build, but probably better. But who knows? Who knows? Not I. The beard is coming in strong, maybe a bit too strong. So what are we going to do? Anyway, let's just get this working, shall we? We're just going to say it fires out a fireball. I can do a fireball, nice and easy. Or should we go all the way, make it like an instant lightning attack? Do a raycast. How would a raycast work? A raycast would just have an effect, it wouldn't spawn one. You wouldn't need to pull it. Yeah, maybe I'll go to his ranged. This is going to be a lot of refactoring. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let me do a quick test, make sure it's working again, just because it deleted something. There's no way it shouldn't work. Have I got that much faith in myself? Yes, I do. Oh god. Pre-weapon type refactor. How's my thing looking as well? I'm wondering if is that right? Yeah, so not really. Why is it saying that? Don't know if I want to pull that, because this was when I messed with a bunch of stuff. I should maybe figure out how to like fix this. I suck at Git sometimes. So I pushed to change, but then also actually this is terrible. So I just reverted back to here. Yeah, I don't know if. Let's pull that into main, and let's say reverse commit. Is that, so if I'm correct, this shouldn't change anything. It did reload everything. I guess we'll see if that changed anything. Will this still be okay? Oh. Yeah, it looks alright. So I guess that did work. Okay, so that reversed that commit. Nice, and we can push that as well. And this I can commit here. And say, what did we say? Update? Did we say update? I'm just gonna say update. Okay, so now this is looking fine. Test weapon 1, 3. I wonder how it works if I like. It's just errors. I still thought it might be weird if I switch back and forth. Actually, I need to catch for that. It should clear the entire pool as soon as I get rid of the weapon. Because currently there is a weapon pool. Well, I'm just going to just say it's fine. Update RNA. I'll add that to the bug list. What's the bug title? Pooling breaks on weapon swap. Equipping dash firing a ranged weapon and then switching back and forth can break the weapon. Wordy. We always love it when it's wordy. Okay, nice. That's cool. The little bug has a different icon. Or I'm losing my mind. So, let's get into the goblin stuff. I want to create a new weapon type. So that means disregarding is ranged, which is on all these things. Oh god. Oh lord. What the hell? What's going on here? What was that? That was weird. Ranged weapon. It's weird, I don't put ranged weapon here. Shoddy crossbow. Where do I put it? here either. Interesting. I guess because it. That's very weird. Ranged weapon is there. I don't put range there. Let me just see where it's being set. I guess I assumed it was going to be a tick marker that I set there. Delver controller attack, range attack. Where is this being called? We call them form attack. Is range. What is range set by? Set if is range equals value return. Set just sets the layer height stuff. Oh, it's annoying. It's all stuff to break into. Yeah, it sets the hand constraints and stuff. Maybe I keep is range as is and layer on top of it. It's a bit messier, but such is the like of a programmer. So I create another attack. So such is ranged. There is hit cast. Getting messy, feeling messy. Hit cast. What's wrong with that? That's how you. What's that? Could have sworn hit cast is a word. Maybe not. Maybe I go recast. See, it is a recast, so it is the weapon recast. Let's see what's setting it. Find usages. Where's the sets, not the gets? Is range equals true? Is range equals false? Okay, so this switches on current weapon. Okay, this takes the type of weapon. Yeah, so that takes the class of the weapon. This is where it's used. This seems weird. It is very weird. Manager.networkpool.construct Delver Manager range of. So if I reconstruct, hang on, I'm fixing the other issue now. Shit, yeah, deinitialize. For each network poolable there, deinitialize. What does deinitialize do? That's the actual thing it does on it, where it like turns off or whatever, right? This should be overridden somewhere. Yeah, that just destroys. That just destroys all of them the second I pick up a new weapon. Anywhere where they're not null, we deinitialize them. Why does that break? Why would that break then? Oh, I guess maybe they're still here. Yeah, I don't want to like. I guess I could clear. Let me quickly chat GBT this shit. Oh, man, I think I had continue somewhere installed. Can I still get continue? So many sidetracks, man. I'll do it later. I'm doing this on a stack. Can I instead push the items so it's empty at the end? Oh, sorry, I should say pop. Yeah. While objects count as greater than 0. Is that how it works? Can I do that? Maybe. So I always thought like it doesn't update properly a lot of the time, but I think this will work. I'm gonna give that a go. try and remedy that problem I just found. I'm pretty sure it'll be initialized there, right? I guess we'll find out, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's initialized originally. Test weapon. Where's this bastard? Nice, seems to have fixed it. And just like that, we're back in the business team. It's just a warning, it's not actually an issue. Yeah, it's just because it's trying to do a tween and like trying to call stuff and do stuff, but it's already done. Okay, let me quickly push that just so it's working. Cool. Weapon. Switch. Fix. That's some shoddy naming. Why is that? Oh. Okay, of course that's it. Fixed issue of pull now DNets correctly. Nice. Okay, so what? I just did this. That's not really uncommitted changes. You fool! I'll push it as well. There we go, just refresh. Okay, now we're at a nice clean slate. So, as I was saying, let us go. Where are we? Here. Let's create another case and say raycast weapon. In which case it won't need to make a pull, but is range will be true? Maybe? Also, do I want an attack range of the raycast? Maybe. Maybe I only want to try and raycast, but I guess it hits like a max range. No, you don't want you sort of always want it to go off if you fire. But yeah, no, you will need a max range. Do I not just hold the weapon, by the way? I feel like it'd be easier just to hold a reference to the weapon instead of saying all these stats. I mean, it's just a scriptable object, read only. At least I hope it's read only. I guess it's better to set it just in case I do something dumb later. Boom, I've changed all the stats on all the weapons. Do you say hi if anyone's in the stream, by the way? I'm always looking to find someone to chat to. Alright, got another 35 minutes and then I can have sweet food. My head is pounding. I'm back on IF. It's good for the weight loss, it's not good for the brain. People are like, oh, I'm so focused when I'm on IF. I'm just in a state of how my head. What was I? Okay, so I can say is raycast equals true there. Because I don't think there's a reference to any weapon here. So, oh, there is a current weapon. Why am I doing all this shit? What? Why am I doing all this nonsense? Well, we saved it, so let's see. Let's get rid of all this. Set range state brackets is all is ranged. replace all these with current weapon dot is ranged. Shit. I don't have that. But it's fine. It's fine because we have a weapon object, and this is an abstract class with 2 inheritors. So instead of that, we will have an enum, and we'll say weapon type. Enum weapon. We'll say ranged melee raycast. I think that's all the weapons I can think of. And let's have a public abstract weapon type. Weapon type. Why would that not be lowercase? It has to be like, how do I do that? Weapon type. Do I do it like a method? I always forget how to. I have to override it. Let me open up my head armor or something. Head armor. Override equipable slot goes there, so what does that lead to? Slot looks like public abstract. Okay, so it's like a it's an accessor, public abstract slot. It's a public abstract weapon type. Weapon type, just let's get, because we don't need it to set, and then range weapon object. No, sorry, I fucked this, didn't I? I'm a fool. This doesn't go on the ranged weapon object. This goes on the ranged weapon. Weapon object is just literally an object. Ranged weapon inherits from weapon, has a slot, and it also needs to have a weapon type. Oh. Okay, sweet. So now I can go into the ranged weapon and the melee weapon and say, hey, override. This is ranged. And I may also change this to say weapon type because it's a bit inconsistent. I'll also just say type. Do I want to fix this? It's only 2 weapons that exist. Yeah, I could fix that. Why not? So let's say. Okay. That should work. I'll find it in line. Do it in line for all I care. IntelliSense. Is it IntelliSense? No, IntelliSense doesn't clink format code. Whatever it is. So weapon type ranged, and we'll just copy this over here and say weapon type melee. Oh. And we'll also do the same thing here. Say boosh. Okay. What? Why has it done that there, but not there? That weirds me out. Current weapon dot weapon type equals ranged. Boom. That's how you do it. So just do a little check each time. I'm just gonna replace this range with a thing. Just make it an accessor. Private ball is ranged. Literally just a Boolean check. I don't think it's that deep. If we do it a lot. So we want to do the set range stat here. Well, actually, you can just do set range without passing anything into it. So yeah, setting the weapon up here, and then it's saying set range status. I actually need to do that here, then I can do that here. And cut out a nice little line of code. Tasty, delicious, we love it. And then I need to make one more case for, what's it called? Thing type. I don't really want to do that actually. I kind of want, because I want to do a switch based on it usually. Yeah, I'll do it. Do I want to set layer weight? I'm just wondering if the ranged layer works the same. I think. Let me look at my layers quickly. I'll have to give this a little test just to see if it's working. Oh my god, my back. I used to have a chat box I didn't change, but I don't remember what happened to it. With chat notifications and everything, I do need to fix that at some point. What if I open up YouTube? Streams, YouTube stream. It says Boltrix joining into it, that's it. I hate to see it. What's Netflix saying? Plebs. They're plebs. Watch plebs. I've already watched Wednesday. Remove yourself from this list, you fool. You foolish fool. Where were we? Oh, news. Okay, so this guy, let me look at the ranged. Need animations, actors, Delver animation. Range weapon. So range weapon goes idle, so it doesn't have a secondary. Whereas, yeah, I think you would have a special. So I guess it would be a melee weapon, but not in the same way that a melee weapon works. Because I think it's I'm pretty sure this Raycast would work the same way as a melee weapon. I wouldn't need to change anything here. It has two different attacks, but it's fine. I guess you could do that. You would like swish, swish, and then you should have like a. That'd be quite cool. I kind of want to do a lightning one, yeah. A lightning staff might be cool. Bum, bum, bum. It'd be cool to have a massive team working on this. Huge team. Because the game's basically there. You just need loads of content. But then, you know, would loads of people play this game? I don't know. Yeah, so I think I'll just do melee. I'll need to either probably make some animations, to be honest, which I suck at. But it's fine. So let's open up my ranged weapon. So melee weapon, ranged weapon. I really don't know if I need anything for these, you know. These are just asset usages, but I guess it's nice to have. You never know, you know? Raycast. Is that what I called it? I've already forgotten. Yeah, Raycast. So let's say add new class Raycast weapon and add Raycast weapon object, and that will come from weapon object, and that's basically it, because that's what they're all like. None of them actually have anything in there. But this will come from weapon itself. Implement the missing members and say, hey, the weapon type is Raycast. Nice. So, set range status. If we go to the Delta controller again, can I just say, yeah, nice. May have to add a thing here. Yes, this is a projectile, the other one has a melee range. Yeah, there's an attack range. This one should also, I guess, have an attack range, or maybe not. Does it need one? I don't feel like it doesn't. I feel like you'd have a fixed one, right? So if it 50 head, yeah, I don't think you need it, yeah. You wouldn't need to specify that. Right? So wow. I need to get back to gym, man. I'm gone for 2 weeks. I'm getting lazy. Should have gone today, really. Can I squat? I did my knee in. Oh god, I don't know if it's there, you know. I don't know if it's there. I've not kind of put like what I've done to it as well. It's like, I feel like it's a tendon issue. I don't know. Maybe I'm sitting too much, maybe I'm standing too much. I honestly can't tell. The sitting's not good for the ass though. But in any case, yeah, probably. I'll go to gym tomorrow. I won't do a leg workout, but I'll go gym. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to leave everything as is. All I need to worry about is the attack itself and say, hey, What's going on? Perform attack, special attack or rotation offset no. So if is ranged. Instead of doing this, we're going to do a switch, pow, and say hey. Switch on weapon dot type. So if it's that, replace all these breaks with returns. If it's that, do that. This is a function, I believe. Yeah. And then if it's that, we do. Let me make this a bit neater actually. Let me break these into local functions, I'd say, at the very end. What do you need to return? Attack. Why do I need an if statement? Just do it. What am I doing here? If is owner, return, otherwise range attack. Okay. Fine, I'll do that. If is owner, return. If you're not the owner, don't do the range attack. Only do the range attack if you're the owner. Well, that's confusing, so I won't instead of that I say put that here. Also, I can put this in here just for make it a bit nicer. Always nice to look neat. And then I can say that here. So that's the range attack. This will be the melee attack. Melee attack. And then I can do a third one for raycast. Actually, no, I don't need to do that, do I? I can just call it. This doesn't need to be awaited because the await is doing stuff inside and goes straight through that. Nice. I think. Surely. Yeah, I reckon it can be. I reckon it can be. Okay, that's not too bad. Can I put this inside here? Or does that not work? Oh my god, you can have like stacking things. That's funny. Why isn't this working? Oh, it's because it's no longer asynchronous. Nice. I do think that will work. I'll just do a little log here. explode, so it's nice to do more testing than less. Yeah, you shouldn't really await that thing anyway. I don't know why I was waiting it before. It should, yeah, it should continue the run. It should just do that. Because if you await it, then the entire function's awaited. But I don't know. Does it go on cooldown? I couldn't tell you. I don't know what half my code does. So this is no longer a range weapon. Now it's a raycast weapon. Raycast, weapon object. Let's reset this. Let's go and make a shardy crossbow. You don't actually want to do that because this is a ranged weapon. In reality, we want to make a delete. Away with you, goblin stuff. I want my ranged recast weapon. Where are you? Why does that one say it's spelled wrong? Who knows? Who knows? Not me. So I'm not free to do this. Yeah. This should be in the namespace as well, but not necessary. Okay. So now I can create a recast weapon. So I'll add this slide 5. Boom, 5. Goblin Staff. There must be a way to favourite some folders here. Right? Unless I'm just going into the bloody scriptable objects thing every time. Like, hey, items, equipable, weapons. And saying, hey, create. Equipable weapon raycast. So that's 05 underscore goblin staff. Oh, what? Locked this? How did this go? Damn it. Damn it. Should I write goblin staff object? I guess you can see that's there. So, here's the weapon object. Nice. Weapon effect. Does every weapon have an effect? I don't actually know. slash effect, goblin staff. Goblin staff, I guess, will have an effect, or maybe even two. Weapon effect, weapon special effect. Yeah, yes, sciatica, it plays up. So I guess you gotta have a primary and secondary effect, so they can do different things. I don't know actually, because I'm not sure when the weapon effect is being used. I think it's being used in the combatant effects. Attack effect, yeah. Passes and rotation offset. So I don't think I need that same thing there. I don't think I've done this right as well. Really, I should say in the equipper there should be another switch. I'm doing it so like everything's there. Also, for some reason I'm saying this every time. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any darn sense. Well, like you never need to reset the hand transform. That's just a constant silliness. That's what that is. But again, we just go into tech debt because fuck it. And we'll say, hey, raycast weapon. Primary attack. Game object. Which case would I call it? I know what pooling, honestly. There's too much damn pooling. Although you could. I could. Look at effect pool. Nah, surely not. Surely you just have the two effects each player. Or you have a game object that's got each effect and that can do its own thing. I think that might be better. Yeah, you pass in a yeah, I'm seeing it's coming together. It's coming together in my head. So we're gonna have a weapon object. Weapon object's gonna have a transform, public transform. Oh, that transform. Should we call it fire point because you want it to go up in the head. And then, instead of having these effects, we'll have attacks. We'll have like a whole other class for a ranged attack. Will that be a ranged object, I guess? Put raycast inside ranged object, then that just gets weird. I'm just going to ignore that. We'll say... how do I want to organise this? I'm thinking that we have an attack And each attack is like its whole own thing. It has like a play and it has its stats. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you can just work it the same way that you work the projectile, where you have the owner, you have the enemy and the thing. And then I could be like, oh yeah, this one's a... That's very diverse. That's basically... Ranged is basically now projectile, and raycast is anything else. Because in my head I'm thinking, oh, what if I want an attack that like fires out a wave, you know? And I can put on this game object, oh, under the attack, this side of the attack works and increases a ball, or it fires out a wave, or it does whatever. And that's how the attack works. That could actually work. So instead of raycast, it would be other weapon. So projectile weapon and then other weapon. Range weapon's fine, range projectile, same shit. Like yeah, I could just call it other weapon. Unconventional? I don't know. Because I don't want to make it expandable, you know? Will they all be staffs? I guess they'll be staffs, so I can just call it staff. Staff weapon. Yeah, good. How would I pass that in? My bean. It's made 52 socks. Okay, he's beautiful. Sorry, the stream break takes priority in terms of the bean takes priority. What do I want? What do I want to give my bean? I feel like he needs a light, but he also kind of needs something on top of the thing, on top of his desk. Well, I like the lo-fi. The lo-fi has a lot going on, but maybe too much going on, whereas greenhouse maybe has too little going on. I'm torn, you know. Basic I'm not a fan of. I'm thinking, let's go greenhouse white. Greenhouse base. No, greenhouse white, surprisingly dark. Let's go greenhouse base. That's nice. Got some stuff on his desk now. Alright, what do I want to do? Let me polish this off quickly. First things first, I'm going to say this is going to be called a staff weapon now instead, because it doesn't necessarily have to raycast. Oh. Staff weapon, or even magic weapon. We'll say magic. Fuck it, yeah, we'll say magic. Melee range magic. Done. Magic weapon object. Is that going to be okay? Is that going to blow all this shite up? But yeah, also I do kind of want to take the slash off that. Oh, so much stuff I want to do. Oh god. I guess so it's doing the effect every time. We'll leave the effect on there, just in case. You never know. Like maybe I'll make a. Maybe later on I fire a bow. I want it to also do a little splash out the end of the bow, you know, and that'll be good for that. So yeah, anyway, we'll have a magic weapon object. And we'll have a magic weapon. Instead of these two things, we'll make a class magic attack. And this will have a attack effect. And this will have 2 magic attacks. What's it? Primary attack and secondary attack. Oh, I don't think you need to do serializable fills on scriptable objects. So this will come in from mono behavior. All be just a core loot weapon. Yeah. So yeah, this will just have that, and I'll have something like a what was this? So it'll be a game object we're passing in. So after we initialize it, this can have thing on it. Like the Delver controller will need to. Where's this prime? There's a set weapon already. So here's where we'd initialize the weapon. Have like instantiate magic weapon. That's not that. This should be public. Yeah, you need to create two attacks. Also, surely this set weapon should be in the fucking weapon thing. Delver controller dot attack. So this here, I guess you could make two, just instantiate the attacks or replace them. So magic attack, primary magic attack, ultimate magic, special magic attack. instantiated at the weapons magic weapon dot have I made that a weapon object yet? When am I spawning the weapon object? When am I spawning the weapon? It's in the equipper, isn't it? So much spaghetti. So much goddamn spaghetti. Oh, see, look, no, that's already told the weapon object. That's a toughie. That is a toughie. The issue, I need access to the hit point on the magic weapon object, the fire point. I need access to that. Fortunately, I'm instantiating it in the equipper and not passing it into the thing. Maybe do like an out. Maybe do like an out. I guess I could switch again. I could switch on a fire point. Instead of the hand, I say, is there an effect point? Oh man, it's getting scrambled. It's getting scrambled. How will I fix this? I need to pass that point into there. Guess I just out the point. I guess I just out the point. I mean, I do have access to the equipment, right, from here? Or, I suppose... and then into set weapon. And the weapon object. I stop that stupid line wrapping? How do I disable line wrapping? File, setting preferences, soft wraps. Code style, code editing. Where's my C sharp? Code style C sharp. Line breaks. Hard wrap. Do not wrap large lines there. So now if I say hey. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. I should do a check if these exist. See, I'm wasting good thing time now. I'm wasting good sock stitching time. I could be making beautiful socks, but I'm not. Alright, sweet. So now I have stuff for special and magic attacks, and they're in the right place. And it's going to have like a public construct. Construct. Takes in a player. To pass the damage off, and I think that's it, right? Actually, no, I shouldn't need to. It's just be able to say like, hey, manager dot attack. How did I do it in the projectiles? Deal damage. Damageable. Combat based pool user. shield damage. So yeah, that's how that works. So we like a attack effect or play. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and then I'll create another switch on the attack. Magic attack, and special attack will say special magic attack dot form attack. We'll probably assume we'll need to pass in a direction, I guess. Return. Otherwise, primary magic attack dot form attack. And yeah, what's the range attack like? Spawn it from the hand and the look rotation. So we give the spawn rotation and the look rotation. Which I guess is fine. No, we need to pass in the effect spawn transform. Section, which do this color. This should work. Should work. It's the exact same thing here. Should work. Put this into magic attack. God, I'm getting target location wrong. What's that? What is it? Local aim position. I'm gonna pray this is correct. Then we just have to make sure we call construct when we make the magic weapon. I can't be bothered with the null checks, man. Construct. Boom, done. Alright, it's 5:30, I'm gonna go eat. None of this has really done anything, but it has set me on the way. Set me on my way. And yeah, I think for the first attack I'm gonna do like a lightning strike, so he swings. And it's like a ray cast, and the special attack him like when I'll just like shoot lightning out in every which way. I think that'll be cool. Yeah, we'll just make sure there's always 2 attacks there, you know. Obviously there's a risk of, hey, there's no primary or secondary attack in this weapon. Oh, but if so, yeah, whatever. Takes 2 seconds. Yeah. Takes 2 seconds. And I'll stop it breaking. Although maybe I should actually, instead of that, do a log error. Is there a point? Leave it. I'm already bothered with that. I can't be bothered. It's over. Let it go. Just return instead of breaking that. So no different. Yeah, looks good. But I shall leave this as break. Just because, I don't know, maybe I'll write something after here later on. So yeah, clears the attacks, destroys them, and then reinstantiates them and constructs them, ready to be used by the player. Oh god, I have no mana cost. You can have mana cost, right? Just swings, and then you run it quickly, it's dead. What else am I trying to think of? I guess the next step, I need animations and I need effects. And I need the attacks themselves. So I think the next part, I don't need effects right now, so I guess effects will do last. And animations I also don't need right now. I could just leave whatever default animation there is. I'll just make it equipable, I guess. Where are the displays held? Shoddy crossbow display. Does that use a different one? this for now. Just remove this. And say, hey, this is goblin stuff. This play. So I need to go in here and say, hey, where's the attack point? Create empty. Oh. Huh? This is weird. Can't I drag this? Very strange, but never mind. What do we got? Right. 6.5. That seems about right. Fire points. Save. Nice. Very, very nice. Okay. I'm going to stop the stream there, grab some food, maybe watch something. An hour and a half. Not bad. Still just getting back into it. I don't know if we had any viewers. I do apologise if we did and I didn't see. I haven't got the chat set up. I'll be honest, I mostly do this so I can concentrate better. But much love. I may be on later today if I can be asked. Who knows? 1 hour 30. It's a tough work day for me. But yeah, we'll see. I think that's the start recording button, not the stop streaming button.